Cool. So today we will be presenting the third project, second iteration of the second project. And Sam will be presenting, and Sam, I'll just, give it to you, give you the floor.
Okay. My NPM start might take some time, so
Yeah, no problem. And just to do a quick recap of what we're doing, basically just for the video, the previous project, the students had put together basically an e-commerce website where you'll see different items on the homepage of the website. This iteration ties the e-commerce items from that first page to a shopping cart page. So if you was to add an item, delete an item, um, or update item, if you have all those cases, like it should be able to do that. But we'll see more of that whenever npm start uh, works. And for those who are not familiar with coding, npm start basically starts the app. So this is just Sam starting the app.
While we got a chance, I do have a question.
Yeah.
With your NPM start and the run speed and everything, how heavily dependent is that on your computer specs, like RAM controls, how long it takes, or does bandwidth control how long it takes to run an NPM start?
okay, do you mean like the CPU, like the amount of CPU memories?
Yeah, yep, the amount of CPU memory, not storage memory, but RAM memory. Yeah.
For me,
Yeah, I can check in the task manager.
that's a good way to look. Because I wouldn't know on my end, to be honest. But I do know if you're doing more than one thing. So it kind of, for me, I thought it was like RAM, but I could be wrong about it. Sam, I don't know if you want to stop sharing your screen and let it load up, because I feel like it'll load up faster if you stop sharing.
Okay.
And then, yeah, we gotta, if it's moving a bit, or if it takes a bit to load up, then we do have backups just in case, Sam, until you get everything loaded up. So yeah. Oh, there was another something that I learned while doing this project. And I'm just throwing this in probably kind of ahead, but I didn't know you could set up a local server in React, but I did that. So you can do API calls within React using a local server. That's pretty freaking cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
We didn't really get a chance to build like a backend. We would have definitely saw that, like a call to like local hosts, whatever. Um, but yeah, yep, you can definitely do that. The next iteration though will have the API calls, so we'll see something similar to that. So,
Yeah, it looked everything looked almost exactly the same. I just noticed the async in front of your uh input variables and your arrow function, and then await, like using await to basically create that promise is what it seemed like. Like it seemed like you replaced or acted as somewhat of a promise, like starter.
Right. Yeah. Inside of an async function,
Yep.
it waits for it waits for the promise to come back before it goes to the next line. So it stops your code until a result comes, till a response comes back.
Yep. Yep. So that was I watched a video on it, and then I went online and did some research. So I added it to what I was doing in the cart just to I'm just basically making a put request. So I've already posted just some blank item. And then I just have a put request to keep on refreshing and updating that same item uh, to store the information, because I just wanted to see if I could set up an API call with the back end on that mug. That was actually pretty cool. So yeah, thoroughly shocked, thoroughly surprised at that. React is now I see why people use React. It's really powerful.
Yeah. And I don't even think we used another thing that I'm gonna go over for the next iteration is a used ref. I don't know if I
Uh,
went over it. The used ref hook. It's another thing because y'all have those like form like things like inputs, like you'll say
yeah,
like, how many things you want. You can reference the value of it using the use ref hook. I don't know if y'all already saw it or used it before, but
yeah.
that's the proper way to do it. I guess while it is loading, we can, I don't know if anybody want to talk about any like thing that they struggled with the project on, or
Oh, he's back.
it dropped.
Okay.
Yeah. Sam, how close is it? Is it did it speed up whenever you stop sharing?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm still having some problems with my browser.
Okay. Um,
If you're having a problem with the cart page, all you have to do is go to the cart page,
Yeah, it's
and
off
then
now. It's off now.
you said it's working now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say it was just a reference error. So you just type it in, and it should redo everything properly. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the e-commerce page that we generally worked on. So we are able to complete the front end and the back end, but we are not really able to complete the cart page. Yeah, we are not really able to complete the cart page, but it's yeah. But I think Jay you worked on, or didn't I pull it?
Yeah, so it's in there. You probably just needed to run a pool, but for now, go ahead and show it when the car page come up. Then either I or Terrence will go ahead and show that. But I already have everything
Okay.
pulled up and running. So go ahead and
Yeah.
present, and then
Okay.
when the car page come up, I'll go to it.
Okay. So we are able to click and it adds up to the cart. But ordinarily, it's not supposed to keep on adding a particular shirt, like more than a single amount of time. Like it's supposed to add like a particular shirt, like one shirt at a time. But we are still going to work on that functionality. And so we also worked on the backend and functionality, login functionality, and logout functionality. So in order for this to work, I need to start up the back end. Yeah, I think it's taking some time. I don't know why it's correction. And so what I was actually saying is that we worked on the authentication for user login and logout. So if the user can register and be able to add to cart, and the user is not able to add to cart if he or she is not registered or logged in. So that user is supposed to get registered before he or she can add to the cart. And
That why the
yeah,
cart page
and
is empty, or is that what you mean by that, or just like getting
yeah,
it? Okay.
we couldn't, like I think Jay and Terence um, completed the cart page, but I think I haven't put that one in. So they are supposed to we are supposed to map through the data and display it on the cart page.
Who has like the most complete code? It'd be better if we show that actually. Um, Does anyone has like
I,
the most completed?
yeah, I think Jay has the most completed.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you might have Jay.
okay, yeah, I have the most completed.
Yeah, if you
I
can.
did not get a chance to get the cart uh the cart to show on the second page. I can kind of speak on how it would have been done.
Okay, so
Um,
yeah, all right. So it's fine. So you're essentially you're at the same place Sam is at basically as far as like how the UI looks. Not like the actual code. The UI looks the same.
no, so on on my version, the second or the cart page has the checkout. So it has the name input, the address input, et cetera, et cetera.
I see. Yeah.
So that's the biggest difference. That's the section that I was working on. And then the other section, um, uh, yeah, then there's the other section that didn't quite get fully fleshed out.
Mhm.
Um, but
Well,
if
yeah,
anything, it would have just pulled from the cart context, and then all we would have had to do was map that over, literally just map that over the page. So, you know, that would have been that, and then display the information that we mapped on the page. So literally taking the cart context, put it on the second page, and then extracted the picture, extracted the name, extracted the price, probably ran some total, and then
you frozen.
he he was
Yeah,
frozen.
no,
I,
I was
Look,
frozen.
I thought he was taking a real deep breath.
No. I was frozen. But would y'all be okay? So this is the sign in. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm still trying to
You start
start up
getting
the
server.
back end. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still starting. Okay, would you be able to show, like while that's starting, would you be able to show like the context to object updating as you like add stuff to the cart? I
Okay.
don't know if you have the React dev tools installed.
I don't think I have the React Dev tools.
Yes, right there. Yep. React developer tools. Yep, you have it. You have it.
Okay, yeah.
So if you
Open your inspector.
yeah, you're right, exactly. Open up the inspector. Yeah. And then you'll click on those arrows next to where it says sources. See elements, sources, and then you got those two arrows. Yeah. Click on that and go to components. Yeah. Click on context.provider. Yeah. And open up the value on a side menu
Value.
on the right side where it says
Under props.
And you say on the
yeah, right. So right now you're hovering over the elements. So if you go to, if you see on the right side of that, you're on the left side of it. If you go to the right side of it, over, keep going over to the right. No, not down. Like to the right, like that. Like keep going, your mouse. You on the right side, you see props, you see render by, and you see something called sources. Not in that side. Keep look all the way over to the right side of your screen. There's
this way.
white boxes. Yeah, there. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
this is
where it
really
says
blocking.
props. Yeah, where it says props.
Yeah.
Open up value. Yeah, right there.
Okay, so my this thing was blocking me, so I wasn't seeing that.
Okay. The zoom thingy. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Open up state. Yeah. Okay. So this is everything here. So there's 13 items in here. Okay. All right. So every time you add one, can I see that? Can I see the structure of the of each of those objects in state?
You want him to open up the object.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have there's a few things. Can you explain to me like what each of these are supposed to do?
Mhm.
Like each of the properties.
So the image was actually each image is on our data folder that we managed to display the images and including their name, their price, the old price, the tag, and the favorite icons, including the discount price, which are these prices here.
What's the difference? What's the difference between old price and price?
That was actually if you I think if you scroll down within okay, yeah, scroll over, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. It should keep going. Okay, it's not in this one, but there is actually a so there's like a discount. Once that discount is there, in the original template that we used, there was a slash on the price. It was grayed out, and then a new price was right next to it. The old price would be that 50, and then the new price would be the new darkened value
Mhm.
of the actual item.
Yeah, I
So
think it
that if
was.
go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, I wanted to say I thought it was you that worked on this section, or was it Terence?
To render the items on the page, on the products page, yeah, that was me.
Is there any way for you to, I guess, quickly show a demo of that? Um, like how would that look? Like if you was to change some of the code on your end, it looks like everything here that we're seeing in the context is the cart information. Like this information
Yeah.
is not what we see here. It's not what we see on a page right here, where it says image, V-neck sweater, price 50. That's coming from somewhere else, I'm assuming.
Right.
Um,
One is like what we're seeing on like the cart has its own items that were, or excuse me, the main shopping page has its own items that we're rendering from our data folder that in a JavaScript file called items. Then we reference those inside of a new object called cart, or context rather. And then we share that globally so that when you are adding to your cart those items, everything in those arrays are pushing. And then we would take that and then render it on the page. If you want to stop sharing for a second, Sam, I can show, and I don't mean to take over. So if you want to continue, you can. I don't want to actually step on you so that,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. Okay.
Let me go ahead and share real quick. They refresh. Okay, so you'll see some CSS issues because there were some, there were some things that didn't quite get done, but I tried to at least get it enough done so you can kind of see a demonstration this morning. So you'll see a few CSS issues, but you can get the concept. So if we're talking about the items on the page and how those are displayed with these objects, we can go to our cart, or let me just pull up VS Code here. We can go to our products, and those are displayed with the map method. And all of the data for the products, the object, is coming from this items.js. Let me just move it up top here so I can get it side by side. I don't know why I didn't open it.
You pulled the whole folder.
The folder. Thanks. So yeah, everything's pulling from here. That's being rendered on the main page itself. But then we have, like I said, there is a global context that we have for our shopping cart. And so when we click the shopping cart button, it does increment the number of items in the cart. And that's coming from the context here. Let's go to our context. And scroll down.
Yeah, you should scroll down.
There it is. So here's where our context is being created specifically for the cart. We have a few of them, but specifically for the cart, here's where that's being created and being provided here from our context component. And then how we're using that is if we go back to, sorry, I got this control bar in the way, move that out the way. So here's where it's created. And as you see, kind of similar to what you showed us, we have switch statement for a reducer for action and payload. And on the actual products page, when I click that cart button down here, we run our dispatch, our type is add, and then the payload is to add the item. And so if you go back to our context here, it's taking the current state using the spread operator and then adding the payload, which is a new object to it. So that's how we're getting it to increment. And if we go to the cart, this is where, like I said, disregard some of the CSS issues, but if we click on the cart, you'll see the actual item here, and it's rendered with its price and the subtotal. Now, if we go back here and just add another item to the cart, and we click the cart again, we'll have two items. They're mapped through, just to give you a demonstration. Again, doesn't look the prettiest, but the concept is there. And we have our subtotal. So literally for that, we just took and go back to our, actually that is in the cart.js. So if we go to our cart.js, I've done so many code wars on some that is created. I grabbed one from that I've already done and used for each as the function. And we passed in the prices, which is actually when you actually see it rendered, we're literally just passing in the global state of our context here and then mapping through that. And that's how we got our subtotal. We just literally took all the prices and added them up, put a $ in front of them.
A question, if you go back to your context file.
Sure.
I saw that there's another option in there to search. Does that work, the search?
That does, yeah. Sam did a pretty good job setting that up. Let me refresh and then go back to our main page here. So if I just type in the letter S, and then I'll do letter T, and we got our stripe hoodie, right? So it does allow you to filter through based on what you're typing in here.
Can you press the add cart button on your like, can you add an item to the cart really quick? Sorry, my internet went out.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, you back in.
All right, cool. Yeah, can you add an item to the cart from here?
Sure. Yep.
Yeah. So and then